Hey Crystal Seekers, welcome to my Final Fantasy Wave X's video. We got part 1 Xenogears review here for you guys. So, we start with Bart, because he's just the newest unit, so... Well, he's the one that got changed a little bit. So let's see if that's going to make an impact or not. 150% light amp, but, I mean, he's a newest unit at this point, so... His damage is not going to be up there, but he still does have this from his 5-star form. It is useful. So he has that at least. He has some breaks, not the highest, but it's good, I guess. Would have liked that. Got a glow buff as well, maybe 150% machine killer for everybody instead of 100%. That'd be great, but it is what it is. What can you do? He's 200% machine killer for himself, but he does have 160%. For everybody with no restrictions at least. So that's at least something. And then of course the leader skill. So it is good in morale battles, is as good as what JP is getting right now. They're just getting 1200% leader skills. So pretty good to have that already on global. At least in morale battles. And then his damage is obviously not going to be very high. And then when you shift over, it's basically the same thing already as you saw in his base form, except he has a few extra things. The skills that you can unlock, as you can see, are only not that special. They don't really do anything, except increased light resist, I guess, if you really care about that. Oh, and you have 40% weapon peril, but then you have 40% weapon peril on your Brave Shift LB anyways. So yeah, his damage is not going to be that high. You're really bringing him for the leader skill, and also for that Mirage ability in his base form, pretty much. This right here. His LB fill is pretty good. 20% is pretty good. If it was like 100%, it wouldn't really be that amazing. All right, so he's okay. His leader skill is good now, like really good. So if you can at least get like one copy. If you're gonna pull, if you're interested in a light team, it would be nice if you try to at least get one of him, is what my recommendation is. I'm gonna go ahead and give him on a normal New Vision scale an 8.5. Obviously he's nowhere near a New Vision Plus unit in terms of damage, but he does have some utility. So I think 8.5 is decent. He's fine. If you didn't get any buffs, he'd be a lot lower, actually. Like a lot lower, but alright, now in terms of Maria, apparently there's this Clash of Wills bracer thing that's I think it's probably gonna get nerfed at some point, so don't expect it to always be the best of all time on certain units. Like apparently Noctis is one of them. Don't expect this to last forever. So Maria, unfortunately, despite what damage I'm gonna be talking about, she's not going to even be close to Noctis damage with that bracer as of the current game state. So I had to make that clear, guys. So let's just talk about her now. And she has things that are, you know, she's lacking some things that newer New Vision Plus units in the future are going to have. Like she does not have 150% amp at all. She doesn't even have 100% amp. She has 50. And you can give her 100%, but she is lacking some things, unfortunately. And also she, 50% cap. Oh, I forgot. I think her S-Teamer gives 50%. Does it? Yeah, that'd be kind of weird. It does. Say actually, what's the point of it? I didn't get her on JP, so I never really noticed that. But what's the point of that? So now you basically have to get her STMR to get what normal. Oh, she would get 600% cap if you have her STMR. Okay. And her base LB is really nothing that special. You would just use it just to wait for your Brave Shift to come off cooldown, and then you shift back over. She has a store buff, of course. At this point, you can pretty much expect mages to have this kind of a buff, this increased magic thing. Pretty much expected. Uh, she gets more magic in her brave shift form at least. Plus 600% cap, so you don't have to worry about that. And so you can use all your slots on something more important. And their damage is as most Neovision Plus units are going to have that modifier until Cloud and Red 13. This is the norm for all Neovision Plus units, 510. So I would have talked about our damage a lot more, but you guys probably already know about the Bracer and the Noctis, so there's really no point in saying like, oh, she's going to be a really strong damage dealer. She probably will be, but she might not even fit on a light team. Is kind of the problem with this item. So I'm really expecting it to get changed, you know, adjusted, nerfed, whatever you want to call it, because that just seems ridiculous. Like, Noctis, he's just a Neovision unit, so how is he stronger than a Neovision Plus unit? But apparently that's the case, because it's not, the Bracer isn't really accounting for certain modifiers to work the way they should be working, so it feels like it's a bug, but I don't think it's been addressed yet, so I guess enjoy it while you can. I'm not sure if this is considered exploiting a bug, because they should have fixed it by now, so just keep in mind. I don't know if it's gonna change or not, but it's just something to talk about. So she's good, but in terms of longevity, she probably isn't even worth looking at. But Bart is worth trying to get maybe like one copy of, just for his leader skill. I think he would be a pretty good light leader, and he'll hold you over until the regular like another better leader skill might come out or something. Plus, Bart has some utility and things that would be able to, you know, he wouldn't be a complete paperweight like, unlike Zack. Zack is a complete paperweight in terms of a leader skill back then. He didn't do anything. He was just there because he's a leader skill. That's about it. Bart at least has some things going on for him. And he can maybe, you know, do a little bit of damage if you'd want him to. But with that being said, I wish this Bracer thing didn't exist, because, you know, Maria basically doesn't even have a spotlight to join. She doesn't even have anywhere to go. So there really isn't, like, I don't know what to say. Like, she's gonna do damage, but it's just not gonna be comparable to, you know, what you already have in the game. So there really isn't a way I can, like, recommend pulling. Like, maybe wait for part 2 before you decide. Alright, well, that's gonna be it. Apparently there is gonna be some events coming, and apparently the Twitter posted about it, so let's look at that real quick. Alright, so there's a notice. We have received inquiries about the events for the current Xenogears collaboration. The collaboration events Event Dungeon Battle of the Blazing Sands and World of Visions Deliberate God will be released in May. Why not now? Is what most people probably would say, but okay. And please stay tuned, whatever, blah blah blah. You guys already know all that stuff, but yeah, it would have been nice had that to been posted out. But this is apparently this is much more clear in terms of, you know, informing you than the Facebook post. Apparently the Facebook post was awful in its wording, and apparently this one's much better. So I wanted to bring you this guys instead. So all right, well, that's gonna be it. Should have just posted this. They should have just given the events now, but what can you do? We're just players. We're not devs. So, all right, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about these units. Will you be pulling? Will you not? I want to hear ya. Peace.